Thank you all for joining us. This is Keep It Pro Training Call. My name is Monique. I'm your host for today. This call is brought to you by Networking Wisdom. Every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, for 3 years, this call has been in effect. We are so excited to introduce to you the man of the hour who created these calls and been persistent for 3 years. This call every Sunday at 4 p.m. is absolutely free. That's right, absolutely free. The gentleman I'm about to introduce to you, he knows how to make money and how to achieve extraordinary success and results in a short period of time. In his previous company, he did $10 million in sales and $169,000 in commissions and helped over 250 people between them earning $1,000 to $100,000 in their very first month. Not only does he make a lot of money and have extraordinary results, but he's also a network marketing multimillionaire. At the tender age of just 25 years young, he earned his first $1 million. And for over 2 decades, he's been doing extraordinary things. We're so excited to bring to you today the coach of coach, leaders of leaders. And the most impressive thing about this gentleman, he loves people. He's a master builder, and he helps companies and organizations transform their full potential and to reach their full potential. Without further ado, I have the pleasure and honor to introduce to you the marketplace minister, known as California Kid, Mr. Romacio Fulcher. Are you there?
Absolutely, I am here. Thank you so much, Monique. I appreciate your support and you stepping up and being the host of today's call. Thank you so much. Listen, guys, I am fired up for what this topic and this call is about here today. So what I want to do really quickly is let all of my first-timers know, it seems like this call continues to grow every single week. This call grows. I get emails, I get Facebooks, I get different messages on social media, just people thanking us for the value that we pour into you here on this call. What I want to do, first of all, is I want to let all of you that this may be your first time. We do this call, as you heard Monique say, we've been doing it for the last 3 years. It's absolutely free. What's the intention of the call? Our intention, this call is for anyone that is involved in direct sales or network marketing, and we teach you 2 specific skills. Number 1, we teach you the specific skills that you need to get yourself to the top of your specific company that you're with. Doesn't matter what it is, product or service, doesn't matter. We teach you the specific skills on how to get to the top, baby. Number 2, the second thing that we teach you is we teach you life skills as well. And to be honest with you, the specific skills on how to get to the top, really it takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to teach you the specific skills of what you should be doing to get yourself to the top. But what I'm most excited about is us talking about the life skills. These 2 things we talk about every single Sunday on this same number at this same time for 3 years, absolutely free. It's a completely safe environment on this call. We don't even know if there's 1 million people listening or if it's 5 people listening. We turn the chimes off. We don't care about the numbers. We know that this call is reaching all around the world. In fact, we get so many people that listen to the replays. We get almost 1,000 times more people that listen to the replay than those of you that get a chance to actually listen to it live. But I want to encourage you, go ahead and bookmark this day, this time. If you have an entrepreneurial bone in your body, this is a call that's absolutely free just for you that, frankly, you can't afford to miss. You cannot afford to miss it. You're not doing me any favor at all. You're not doing me any favor. In fact, if you want to tell me thank you, you can save your breath. You can show me your appreciation for what we do on this call through your application of you applying the principles that we teach you on this call. I want nothing more I want nothing more from you than just to live a life of progression. That is my only intention. I want to see you stumble and fall and get back up and try again. I want to see you go from glory to glory, from bound to bound. I want to see you make progress. Why? Because progress is the only thing that keeps the human spirit alive. It's the only thing that'll put that smile on your face and make you feel self-worth, because you may not be where you want to be, but you can surely look back and see, I'm a long way from where I used to be. Progress is what it's all about. And that's the number one thing that I wish for all of you. Okay, so again, if this is your first time listening, and as they say, your vibe attracts your tribe, I want to welcome you into the tribe, right? I want to welcome you absolutely free. You're more than enough. I actually believe you are a winner, okay? And so on this call, what I want you to do, if you really want to be a part of the mission, the main mission that we have here on this platform is we believe what we make happen for other people, God, or some of you may call him the universe, we believe God will gladly make it happen for you. One more time. What you make happen for others, God will make happen for you. All right? And so I'm so fired up because today we are starting a new series. Today is the first day, entitled Multiple Streams of Income. And this is something I just couldn't wait to get here, because I've got a lot to pour into this call. A lot to pour in. I really do. And for those of you that have been with me for years, intermittently or consistently, my passion is for you, because I just know that service is the rent that we pay for the space that we take up on earth. Service to others leads to greatness. It does. And so I love what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing. For those of you that know my story, I come from two wonderful parents. What do you mean wonderful? Well, my parents are wonderfully imperfect, but they are just perfect for me. They gave me exactly what I needed, both good and bad. I'm very grateful for my mother and my father. And on that note, I want to make sure we go ahead and salute all of the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to you. And for those of you that may have lost a mother, I also want to say Happy Mother's Day to you as well. All right? Now, I'm very grateful for my family that I have, but I'm saying that I want to paint a picture clearly for you today as we begin to sink into the topic of multiple streams of income. I didn't come from money, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, no one in my inner circle family has ever made over $150,000 in a year. And I believe it was 1 year that my father made, I think, about $150,000 to $160,000 as a commercial flooring contractor. What does that mean? My father, he started off cleaning carpet. He progressed into laying carpet and tile and linoleum. And then also, my dad, he started in the private sector, and then he went into the government sector and began to do government contracts. Obviously, my dad is a minority, so he did government work, but he also did private sector work as well. My mother, on the other hand, she went to school, she graduated, she went to college, and she ended up working as a management analyst for the Federal Food and Drug Administration. So for about 25 plus years, my mother was working for the FDA, and between both of them, I can tell you that the combined income didn't exceed $150,000 to $160,000, and that was just a couple of years. That wasn't every year, ladies and gentlemen. In other words, my parents weren't making six figures every year. Okay, but I have four brothers, as many of you may know, all boys. Was a total of five of us. Can you say testosterone? That's right, baby. A lot of testosterone was going off in our household 7 days a week. Some of you say, poor mom, right? Well, this is my family. I'm trying to paint a picture. We grew up in East Oakland. Every single night there was gunshots outside. Every single night. Okay? But my parents, they were very strict. My dad was kind of a renegade. He was kind of a break the rule, type of a guy, you know what I mean? My mother, she was straight-laced, follows the rules, no games. She'd buy the book, does everything on court and schedule. Mama don't play no games. Dad, he little this, little that, But I love my dad, right? I love my pops. I love him, right? And I love my mom. And so I'm painting a picture that I, too, don't come from money. Now, if you come from money, awesome. Good for you. God bless you. Okay? I always tell my wealthy friends, man, I tell them two things. I say, you know what, I'm super encouraged by the level of focus and discipline that you have endured to achieve the levels that you've achieved. I'm super encouraged by that. But I said, you know what, I'm really turned on and I'm really moved if you turn around and you teach other people how you got there. See, I'm interested in your contribution to the world. What did you do for others? It's very easy to go to school, get a good job, take care of yours, and get your little white picket fence around your yard, and you just sit there and you just die. It's very easy to do that. It takes a strong man, a strong woman to go outside of yourself and really give back. Look, we've heard this stuff before. You know, in fact, this is common knowledge what I'm talking about. Oh, to give back to the world and make a difference, da-da-da. And we all hear this, but it's not common practice. You say, Romacio, what does this have to do with multiple streams of income? Ladies and gentlemen, sit tight, buckle up. The ride is going to be real bumpy today. It's going to be real exciting. It's going to be invigorating. I promise you, I'm going to give you some of what you want, but all of what you need in 1 hour. One more time. On this call today, I'm going to give you some of what you want. In other words, the title is captivating. Multiple streams of income. Oh, I can't wait to join the call. He's going to give me some specific things that I can dive into to increase my income. And yes, I will go there. I will. But see, that's what you want. I'm going to give you what you need because it's really, 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 really even more important than what you want. So let's look at it this way. Before I plant the seed of what you can do for multiple streams of income right now and how to get it, look at it this way. I want to cultivate the soil. I want to cultivate the ground. That's why I'm painting a picture of where I come from so that you understand I have more than earned my rights to talk to you about multiple streams of income. I have more than earned my stripes to talk to you about being broke, becoming rich, becoming broke again, and becoming richer again. I know the yo-yo of up and down of income. And I'm super proud of the journey. So I repeat, if you have an entrepreneurial bone in your body, you cannot afford to miss this Sunday call. There is absolutely too much free value that we give every single Sunday. Every Sunday. And I'm so passionate about it because I know that a lot of you hear me, but very few of you actually receive what's being said and actually apply it. And my prayer is for you not to just hear the words. I want you to do what we're saying do so that your life can radically transform. And if you're wondering what's in it for me, I'll tell you, what we make happen for others, God continues to make it happen for me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the California kid. I don't apologize for being who I am. I'm trying to get you to understand that giving is what it's all about. Giving is what it's all about. Giving is where all your power comes from. Give, okay? Give more and more and more. And I say that all the time, so those of you that have been with me for a while, you've heard me say this a lot. You can give your way out of being broke. You can give your way out of a desperate relationship and broken home and insecurity and just low self-esteem. You can give. Let me tell you something. You can't outgive the giver. So secret number one to multiple streams of income, how do I get there? What do I do? How do I find it? Secret number one. Give more. Give what? We'll talk about it later. Give more. Find a way to make a contribution. As Mama always says, learn to make more deposits, boy, than you make withdrawals. One more time. My mother always said my whole life, learn to make more deposits than you make withdrawals, because gifts are meant to share, not to keep. And so the information that you have, the strength that you have, the level of achievement that you've got to, and all the stuff that you got, and you did this, and you blah, 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 and you summa cum laude of your class, and you're Mr. to this, and you're Mrs. that. My question is, how much giving are you doing? How much giving are you doing? It's a very direct question in preparation for today's topic of multiple streams of income. All right, so again, back to the story of me painting the picture of exactly where it is that I come from. I want all of you to, first of all, understand I didn't come from money. I'm 42 years young today. No, today is not my birthday. I'm just saying I'm 42 years old. And I want you to know, and I want you to write this down. Once a rubber band has been stretched, it can never go back to its original size. Once a rubber band has been stretched, it can never go back to its original size. Before we dive into multiple streams of income, because I can't wait, I'm itching to get there. I've got so much to say on this topic. But before we do that, I want all of you to understand. For you to step into the entrepreneurial lane, I know for many of you it's scary. It's scary. It's a lot of uncertainty, because the way that we've been programmed, majority of us, is I go to work and I want to get paid. And in that scenario, there is complete certainty. If you work 8 hours, I pay you 8 hours worth of wages. So the first thing I want to tell you about being an entrepreneur is there is a lot of uncertainty. I'm going to give you the truth. I told you I'm going to give you what you need. A lot of uncertainty. And I know some of you have personalities where you require complete, utter certainty. And to be frank with you, all of us do, to a degree. All of us want certainty. Is a human need. It's one of the human needs that we all need. It's not the only human need. I said need, okay? But it's one of them. And for each of us, we rank certainty higher for some and lower for others. So I don't want to make it sound like that certainty is not important. It is. But when you're going to be a problem solver, that's what entrepreneurs are. We solve problems. You have to go down a pathway of uncertainty to make things certain for your customer. You have to, write this word down, you have to explore. You have to explore so that you can actually discover things before you can discover things and find out things and basically make it certain for your customer. Because your customer, the word commerce, when they pay you for something, they expect products, service, they expect something in return for what they paid for. So the customer that you will serve is expecting certainty. I paid for this, I want this. And they have that right because they paid for it. But you, the boss woman, the boss man, you, the entrepreneur, you have to understand, number one, being an entrepreneur comes with a tremendous amount of uncertainty, which is the number one reason that I'm spending so much time talking to you about all this other stuff before I finally give you the easy stuff of you can do this, you can do that, blah, 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 before I finally tell you all the different things you could do and where to find them. I want to make sure that when we start talking about multiple streams of income, yeah, the title is catchy and the title is necessary. But I really want to talk about, you've got to, first of all, be in the right headspace so that you can attract multiple streams of income to you. See, a lot of time, let me tell you why I'm so passionate about this and on these calls. See, most people are waiting for someone to give them a handout. I'm just telling you the truth. Man, it sure would be nice, man, if somebody could send me a check of $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. Sure it would be nice if they just called me and hired me. Woo, that would be great. Sure would be nice if I can get the position. Sure would be nice. See, most people are just sitting there, they're hoping, and they're just praying that all of a sudden it's just going to happen. And that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Yes, it will happen if you, number one, declare it, you speak it, you focus on it, yes. Yeah, but it's only going to happen, though. You've got to actually do some work. You've got to get out there and you got to explore. You got to actually go chasing after it. See, God is only going to bless what you do. Let me say that again. God will only bless what you do. What am I saying? What I'm saying, you have to do something first, and he'll bless it while it's going on. There's an old saying that if you do your best, God will do the rest. Well, let's talk about you doing your part. Okay, so what we're saying here, as an entrepreneur, I want you to know, number one, that you have to have a burning desire. When we talk about multiple streams of income and we talked about attracting this into your life, you, number one, have to have a burning desire. According to Napoleon Hill, this is at the root of every successful man or woman that lives today. They have a burning desire for more. It's not just more money. Money's just a tool, so don't get it twisted. They have a burning desire to accomplish something, to leave their mark, to do something, to serve, to help, to contribute. There's something burning in them. It could be, you know what, I grew up poor. I don't want to be like that anymore. Or I've been poor all my life, and I'm tired of it. It has to, the fire has got to be burning. It doesn't matter what your race, your gender, your nationality is. None of that stuff matters. Your religious background beliefs, none of that matters. There has to be a burning desire inside of you for more. And let me tell you, there's absolutely nothing wrong with, if your burning desire is, hey, I just want to make some money, there is nothing wrong with starting off wanting to be obsessed with making money. There's nothing wrong with starting there if that's you. If that's you. There's nothing wrong with that. Because when you don't have any money, guess what the first thing you think about all the time? Man, I need to get some money. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, there is something wrong, in my opinion, if you just stay that way forever and you never learn how to live on purpose, and you never learn how to contribute. You never learn how to give and give and give, because then you'll learn how the flow of money begins to attract you. One thing I always tell people is when you learn to chase purpose, meaning your purpose, you will no longer have to chase paper. See, in the beginning, when you don't know your purpose, majority of people, they chase after paper. Girl, let me go fill out this application. Ooh, let me go over here. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do that. Let me do this. Let me do that. And they're just everywhere. And I understand it. I did it too. So I understand it. But there'll come a time, and it's different for each of you, where you finally discover, write that word down. Write it down, please. Write it down now. You finally will discover your purpose. I love how Oprah Winfrey talks about it. Love Oprah. Love her. She talks about, obviously, the day you're born. It does matter. The day you die, it does matter. But what's most important, you guys have all heard this before, is the dash. The dash. What you do with that little dash in between your beginning and your end. What did you do with the time that you were giving? And the number one thing she talks about, and I love it, your life's mission. Your life's mission. I'm talking to all of you. I don't care what your income is, baby. I don't care if you're mega wealthy. I don't care if you're middle class. I don't care what your economic. I'm talking to every single one of you that listen to me live and those that you listen to the replay. Your life's mission should be to discover what is your purpose. What were you created for? You have a purpose. You were made with a purpose, and you were made from a purpose. You were made for a purpose, and you were made with a purpose. In other words, God made you for a purpose, and he gave you also a purpose. In other words, there's a plan for you, girl. There's a plan for you, boy. So your life's mission should be to discover what your purpose is. Number one. Number two, once you've discovered what your life's purpose is, your second mission should be to turn up the volume on your purpose, baby. Turn it up. It doesn't matter who's looking at you. Doesn't matter what he say, what she say. They wasn't the one that the gift wasn't given to them. It was given to you. Now, I know some of you are very inspired by me. Awesome, thank you. I'm also inspired by you. I am no better than you. Doesn't matter who makes more money. I'm no better than you. I came, I conquered, and one day I will move on, right? And so will you. So the question remains, and I hope you're taking some notes. If not, re-listen to the replay and definitely take these notes. I want to see you apply this. What is your purpose? What is your purpose? It's very important for you to discover that. I'm not going to force you to discover it today, but I will tell you this. You want a secret number two? I already gave you secret number one. Secret number two, the sooner you discover your purpose, the sooner you discover your purpose. Woo! The sooner you discover your purpose, the more certainty you will have. I'm going to say that again. The Bible says, the gift that I've given unto you, that means the gift that God gave you when you were a seed in your mother's womb. He said, I will make room in this world for the gift that I've given you. And I'm not trying to be overly spiritual. I'm just giving you some laws. It's kind of like gravity. Whether you like it or not, it works. Same thing here. Okay? What I'm saying to you, the moment you begin to understand that there is a gift that was given to you. No, you ain't got to go figure it out and put it together and scratch your head and, fall down and, get on. No, you ain't got to jump. No, there is I'm going to show you real quick before we start talking about multiple streams, how you going to get multiple streams of income. I'm going to show you how you discover what your purpose is, what your gift is. I'm going to show you. Not only am I going to tell you right now, then I'm going to give you an example of my life. So that way, they always say never tell a story without making a point and never make a point without telling a story. You should write that down. Never tell a story without making a point and never make a point without telling a story, because a story helps cement the point. Okay? I want you to understand that the way you discover your purpose, it's very simple. First of all, the word Bible, it stands for basic instructions before leaving earth. Basic instructions before leaving earth. That's what the word Bible stands for. And because we're all God's children, whether you believe in God or not, that's between you and him. I would encourage you to start, to develop a relationship sooner than later, for sure. But I will tell you this. Every single one of you have a purpose. Every single one of you. And God did not make it complicated. He did not make it difficult for you to discover what your purpose is. So I'm going to make it stupidly simple for all of you on how you discover your purpose. You grab a piece of paper, get yourself to a quiet destination, and answer these two questions. What are all the things that you love in life? What do you love? I mean, just write, and you might say, well, Romacio, that's kind of an open-ended question. That's a little vague. Well, just write down the first 10 things that you just love. Oh, I love my family, I love my dog, I love my parents, I love this. What are the things that you hate also? What are the things you love? What are the things that you hate? That's question number one. Okay? The second question, this is the big one. You ready? What comes naturally to you, but it's harder for others? What comes naturally to you, but it's harder for others? Therein lies your purpose. Huh? I'm confused. Let me say it again. What is it that comes naturally to you, but it's harder for others? Let me give you an example. Basketball came naturally to Michael Jordan. Comedy comes naturally to Kevin Hart. Journalism and doing what Oprah does and all that stuff that she does, that's she's operating within her gifting, within her purpose. She makes something look, yes, she works hard. She works very hard. I'm quite sure of this. But she's working in a lane that she feels comfortable because that's where she's supposed to be. Now, just because you're supposed to be there doesn't mean it's going to be easy. Oh, you're going to have to pay a price. Listen, you're going to have to pay a price. Just because you know your little purpose, that don't mean you got a free ride to the top with no thorns attached to it. Write this down. Secret number 3. All roses come with thorns. All roses come with thorns. What does that mean? We all love roses, but nobody want to talk about the thorns. Well, they both go together, baby. You don't get one without the other. Okay? So what I'm saying is, what comes naturally to you, but it's harder for others? I want you to think about that. I'm trying to help you discover your purpose. And you say, well, why does this matter? Because I'm getting ready to tell you a story about multiple streams of income and how to really get your life to be just rocking and rolling, and so you can just be doing your thing. I'm going to show you how this thing works. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you a story about myself, not to brag on me, but in an effort to help you discover more about you. We already talked about your life's mission should be to discover. What is your purpose? Time, tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. Time waits for nobody. Time says, ready or not, here I come. So what's your purpose? And the reason why I'm drilling the screw in on this point right now is because 95% of most people, they have no idea what their purpose is. They have no idea. And so when you don't know what your purpose is, someone else will say, hey, Bob, come on over here. You're supposed to be a mechanic, and there's nothing wrong with mechanics. Hey, Sarah, come on over here. You're supposed to be a secretary. Hey, Georgina, hey, listen, I've got a perfect sales job for you. Sales. Girl, look, you look like sales. I can just tell right now, girl, you got the gift, girl. Sales is for you. Hey, Tom, you know what, man? Listen, you know what? When I look in your eyes, Tom, you know what I see? I see an accountant in you, man. I see a man that's just, actually, you know what? I have an accounting firm. Why don't you come and be my assistant? Why don't you come and actually learn accounting? Now, look, there's nothing wrong. We all try stuff, so please do not take my words apart from my spirit. There's nothing wrong with exploring. I told you that's part of the process. But what did I say your life's mission and purpose should be? While exploring, discover what is your purpose. What is your purpose? What's your thing? See, Kobe Bryant, he knew what his thing was. Now, I want to tell you something. Even though Kobe is no longer with us, Kobe, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, all these, I can go on and on, not just athletes. I can talk about business people. I can talk about philanthropies. I can talk about investors. I can talk about doctors. I can talk about Mother Teresa. I can talk about pastors. It doesn't matter. Listen. See, the reason why it's so critically important for you to discover your purpose, because, see, your purpose, when you are in alignment with what it is you are supposed to do, everything else is going to come to you while you was doing your thing. Let me say it again. When you discover who you are and you walk in line with your given purpose, never mind Bob, never mind Sarah, forget everybody else. Focus on you. Do your thing. Now remember, I told you, number one, discover your purpose. Number two, I said what? Turn up the volume. Turn it up. Turn up the volume on whatever it is you're doing. If you cleaning teeth and you're a dental hygienist, you be the best dental hygienist there ever was. That should do your thing. If you're a mail carrier, you better be the best mail carrier there ever was. I was talking to a young man just yesterday at the park. Long story short, I said, hey, man, he's 25 years old. I said, listen, whatever you end up doing right now, whatever it is, he's got a job and this and that, but he wants to start a business one day and trying to figure out how to do it and all this stuff. Listen, whatever you put your hands to, you give it your all. If you're doing nails, you massage therapist, I don't care what it is, whatever you're doing, whatever you put your hands to, if you're flipping burgers, you be the best burger flipper there is for the time you own that job. But you're still trying to discover what your purpose is. What's your thing? And don't worry. Let me put it this way. The more you ask the universe, the more you ask, and the more persistence you have towards wanting to discover your purpose. If you got to get dogmatic with it, you got to get serious about it. I want to know my purpose. I expect to know my purpose. God, you didn't create me just a little flicker. That's not how it went down. But, Father, I'm coming to you. You said any man or woman who lacks wisdom, all we have to do is ask. I'm asking. Here I am, your wretched child. I'm asking. What is my purpose? And I'm telling you here today how to discover that. Now, some of you may say, well, yeah, I'm good at this, and yeah, this comes easy for me, and I can just do this. But see, what I want you to understand, you first of all have to be walking in your purpose, whatever that is. And when you do that, what's going to happen, other people are going to be attracted to you because you good at doing fingernails. And please, don't get it twisted. I know some fingernail multimillionaires down the street. So ain't nothing wrong with doing fingernails if that's your thing. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I know some multimillionaires that literally cut lawns. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But you got to discover your purpose. And when you discover your purpose and you walk in it, what's going to happen? Others will be attracted to you. And this is where the call finally gets started. So if you're taking notes and you're tracking, or as they say, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, the call finally can begin once you have discovered your purpose. Now remember, this is my perspective. Remember, I will never teach you some stuff that I heard. I will only teach you stuff that I know. Part of being authentic, by my definition, don't tell me what you heard. That ain't nothing but head knowledge. Tell me what you've experienced, and that's real knowledge. And there is a difference. So when I talk to you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking to you from a place of experience. When you accept your purpose and you walk in it, others will be attracted to you. Now, with that, I told you I will never tell a point without giving you a story, and never tell a story without making a point. So here we go to the story now, my story. I started many years ago. I'm 42. I didn't come from money, as you already heard me mention. And I was the kid, I was the gentleman that started with, I just wanted to make my parents proud. I wanted to be successful. I didn't want to be a drug dealer, a pimp, or a thief, or anything like that. And I'm not trying to say I'm better than those type of guys, because we all fall off the wagon, myself included. Everybody does. Just because I didn't do that don't make me better than the thief. Okay? So my point is that I started what I just wanted to make something of my life. I did not want to be a loser. And for me, it's because I didn't come from an environment of losing. Mama and daddy, they worked their little butts off. They gave it everything they had. So I came from an example of hard work. That's all I saw. That's all I knew. And I wanted to make them proud for all the sacrifices and struggles that they went through for my brothers and I. And so I just started with, I just wanted to be successful. So I started being open to everything. As long as it was legal, it was moral, and it was ethical, I'm open. You say what? You say what, Bob? What you say, Frank? You say you got a job for me. You want me to cut some lawns, make some money? I'm in. What'd you say, Mark? You say you need some help painting some walls? You going to pay me a little extra money? I'm in. That's me, guys. I'm telling you my story. I was open. Whatever it was, physical labor, mental labor, didn't matter what it was. I was open. I just want to be successful. I want to be successful. I still didn't know what my purpose was, but I just got on that train, and I just started, what I would do is I'd find somebody who was successful at something and say, hey, what do I have to do to make it worth your while for you to teach me what it is you do? Seem like you know what you're doing. This is what I did, ladies and gentlemen. Let me say it again. You think I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm telling you verbatimly what I said moons ago. I still say the same thing today. I find somebody who's very successful at what they do, or it looks like they're making more money than me, they're doing better than me, or whatever it is, and I say, hey, man, what do I have to do to make it worth your while for you to teach me what it is that you know? I was hungry, ladies and gentlemen. I had a hunger in me. What was my hunger? I wanted to make my parents proud. And so I don't want to bore you with all the little things that I've done along the way, but I want to tell you this point here. What I discovered about me is I love people. I love people. I'm a humble person. I'm a confident person. But I love people. And what I discovered about me, I love to connect people to other people. I like to be a connector. You say, what? You're looking for somebody that sells purses? Oh, yeah. You know what? Angela, she's, you know what? I tell you what, let me connect you with Angela. You're looking for real estate? You're looking for an accountant? You're looking for a lawyer? You're looking for this? Whatever, tell me whatever you're looking for, I can connect you. Because I love people, and I'm always interested in what you do. Tell me what you do. Oh, really? That's what you do? Now, I'm just telling you my story. My story don't have to be your story. I like to connect. That's what I like. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's very easy for me. Listen. That's secret number 4. I think that's secret number 3 or number 4, whichever one I'm on. When you discover your purpose, you will make things that appear hard to other people. It will be easy for you. Aha! I hope you're getting this. When you discover your gifting and you operate within your gifting, it will be harder for others while it's easy for you. You say, well, why is it easy for you? Because you're operating within your gift. This is part of your purpose. This is part of what you're supposed to do. Okay? So, based upon me staying with my purpose, I want to tell you it hasn't been a straight road to the top. Guys, there's so many thorns, so many missteps and mistakes and learning lessons that but let me tell you, write this down. I either win or I learn. I never, ever, ever lose. I either win or I learn. I never lose. I'm not a loser. So I don't look at losing, oh, I'm a loser. No. What did I learn? Remember, what did I tell you? What was the first word we talked about? Discover. This is a discovery process, and you're gonna continue to keep discovering. None of you know it all. Listen, write this down. This is another secret. Faith works best when you don't know. Faith works best when you don't know. So there you are again trying, and we all fall victim to this. You want so much certainty in your next move, and I want to know exactly how I'm going to do it, and I want to know all the resources I need, and I'm going to map that son of a gun out from A to Z, and I got it. It's good to have a plan. It is good. It's certainly good to have a plan. But let me tell you this. Everybody's got a plan until you get hit in the mouth with COVID-19. Everybody's got a plan until you get hit in the mouth. So having a plan is better than not having one. It is, but I want you to understand that your plan, oftentimes, you will find yourself shifting. You will find yourself shifting. Or as we say in the business world, you'll find yourself pivoting. You have a plan, and I'm getting ready to tell you. I'm a connector. I started selling tennis shoes way back when. I went on to selling knives. Remember, people say, oh, you're a sales guy. No, listen. The only reason I enjoy leadership and I enjoy selling, because let me tell you, in this entire world, you have two types of people. You have buyers and you have sellers. Which one are you? Are you the one that always buys everything? You buy everything she said. You buy everything he said. You buy what they sold on TV. You buy, and you wonder why you're so broke. Because you keep buying everything. And what did I tell you? My number one thing is, no. I don't want to be broke. I want to be successful. So what do successful people do? They sell stuff. They sell vision. They sell concepts. They sell products. They sell ideas. They're leaders. They sell. But they're not dirty, sales, sleazy people. That's not the type of salesman that I'm talking about. I'm talking about ethical, upstanding, visionary leaders, passionate about what they're doing, communicating, conveying a vision, a concept, an idea, because they feel as though they've solved a problem. Yeah, I like the way that feels, don't you? So, guys, I'm a connector, and so on my journey, I've done a lot of things as an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 17, and I've pivoted to this, and I had to pivot to that, and pivot to that, and pivot 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 and pivot. I've pivoted to many different things, but I always stayed with my purpose. I've always stayed within my purpose. And because I've done that, that's why when we talk about this word, multiple streams of income, let me tell you, every single one of you that can hear my voice, either live or on the replay, every single one of you, you've got to have multiple streams of income right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the worst economic and health times that we've ever seen in our entire life. I want to say it again. This is the absolute worst that we've ever seen as a world. More people have died from the pandemic and COVID-19 than they have from Pearl Harbor, which was go look it up in the history books. More people have died. I know you and I, here it is, we doing our little TikToks and we having a good time and all this stuff. But see, you got to learn how to put things in their proper perspective. Almost 40 million people are unemployed. You better be listening to me. I hope you're listening right now. I hope you're paying attention. 40 million people. And please, 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 don't sit there and think, well, I'm safe and secure because my job, I've been on my job for almost 35 years. There is no way in heck they're going to let me go. My situation is A-OK. Baby, let me give you a wake-up call. You're lying to yourself. Multiple streams of income. And what the California kid is telling you right now is that if you would discover your purpose, it will be easy for you to pivot or to transition to another stream of income. I want to talk to you about the word currency and stream. They call money currency, and I want to extract the word current from the word currency. That means it's supposed to flow. God flows through order. He flows. One more time, God flows through order. Currency. So either the currency is flowing away from you, and that's why it may seem like, man, I just can't catch a break nowhere. I just can't seem to get above water. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is, bro. Or is the currency flowing to you? And that's why I'm trying to share with you, it's critically important for you to sit down, do the exercise that I recommended today, discover your purpose, okay? Turn up the volume on that son of a gun. Turn that volume up. In other words, let me know that that's what you're good at. What that means, guys, is let me notice you. You know how they say if they ain't talking bad about you, you ain't doing nothing. I want to know that you good at cleaning carpet. I want to know that you good at making people laugh. I want to know that you're a good encourager if that's your thing. I want to know. Turn your volume up so we the people can feel that you exist. And when you do that, what's going to happen? All the other things, like other streams of income, they're going to come to you. I want to give you an example. For those of you that follow me on social media, which, you guys can find me at Romacio Fulcher. That's my Instagram handle, or my, on Facebook or whatever. You've recently seen me posting about me being a connector for PPE, such as masks, gowns, gloves, testing kits, and you may say, wait a minute, what in the heck does Romacio know about masks and gowns and PPE? Let me tell you, absolutely nothing. I know absolutely nothing. But because of me staying true to my purpose of what I'm good at and what I do, These people have been attracted to me. And I'm giving you a real story. Because I have turned the volume up on what it is that I do. For example, for 3 years, baby, I've been right here pouring into people like you absolutely free. I don't even know your name. You're listening to me, and I don't even know your name. But I know that what I'm talking about is just for you because it's my assignment. It's part of what I'm supposed to do. And the promise is, if I stay in line with what I'm supposed to do, everything that I desire is going to come to me. I don't have to go looking for it. It's going to come to me. And because I've become really good at what I do, therefore, the music and the volume is loud on who I am and what I stand for and what I do. And so other people have now contacted me and said, hey, listen, can you help, Romacio, connect us to buyers out there? Other manufacturers have called me and said, can you help get us connected with buyers? Because this is a pandemic. People need these products. I said, absolutely. I don't mind helping. Well, by me helping, obviously there is a small commission that I receive as well. I think you call that another stream of income. Now, it doesn't stop there. Because I'm in line with my purpose, doing my thing, accepting my role in life, then comes other opportunities. A gentleman calls me. I won't reveal his name. He owns a particular business, and he called me for some advice because he had been on one of these calls, and he's seen me over the last few years doing my thing and helping the world and blah, 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 doing what I do. He calls me. He owns a business, and long story short, after talking for several hours and getting to know one another quite well, we decide to partner up on a business. I think you call that another stream of income. And again, please understand, I'm not here to brag. I'm telling you that all I've decided to do is actually stay true to what I'm supposed to do. And as I do that, it is a matter of time before everything I've ever desired, it finds its way to me. But remember what I said. Number one, discover your purpose. Number two, turn up the volume on your purpose. Many of you have heard me tell you recently that six to 7 months from now, I will be launching my own global digital network marketing company. I'm not trying to give myself a plug here on this platform. No. What I'm trying to get you to see is because once again, part of me staying true to what my purpose is, and no, my purpose is not to be a network marketer. Please do not reduce me to such a small concept. My purpose is far greater, far bigger than any one profession. Matter of fact, can't no profession hold me. But I, and only I alone, know what my purpose is. It's not for me to adequately, articulately explain my purpose to you. I don't owe you an explanation. But if I plan to be true and authentic to what feels right for me, I know what my purpose is and what I am to do. And as I walk in that, as I said, everything else is drawn unto me. So I told you guys I was going to launching my own network marketing company. And I'm doing something I've never done before, which is own my own network marketing company. I've been an owner of other companies, but never owned my own network marketing company. That's a lot of responsibility. It's a global company. We got different currencies going on. Oh, this thing's going to be huge, guys. You have no idea how big this is going to be. You really don't know. You thought you knew, but just wait and see. Okay, this is going to be huge. Remember I told you to turn the volume up. Wait till you see how loud this volume gets with what we're doing. But by me saying yes to this, yes to my purpose, and yes, I'm going to do it, I don't know how to do it all. And guess what happens? One day, I'm sitting here at my house. My physical therapist comes to my house to help work on me, and I've got some little ailment issues going on here physically. So she comes to my house to work on me, and she tells me, there's a guy that owns a digital company for the last 10 years. It's not a network marketing company, and this guy, he's done over $80 million of sales in the last 5 years. It's not a network marketing company. And this is my physical therapist. This happened just not even a month ago. And she says, Romacio, she says, can I ask you some advice? She said she was thinking about signing up for one of his digital courses where they teach her how to generate leads for any business, something that she can do now, mind you, she's a physical therapist. She's looking for another stream of income. She found an expert online, and she's asking me as a mentor of hers, what do I think about it? And she began to tell me about this digital online learning platform where she could, she can go and learn how to generate leads. They teach her how to do this, how to generate leads or generate customers for any business. And she can do it all from home. And she's asking me what I think about it. And as she explained it to me, I said, sounds great. Obviously, customers are the cornerstone to any business. That sounds good. So she says, and by the way, I think you probably should give him a call, Romacio, because she says he also likes to invest in other companies. And I know that your company, your network marketing company that you're launching, I don't know if you need an investor or not, but I just really think you probably should give him a call. I think it could be a good connection. That's all she said. You know what I said? Right there on the massage table while she was doing my stretches and all this stuff, on my therapy, I said, sure, I'll call him. Sure, I'll call him. I reached out to him and on Facebook. She just told me his name, and I just sent him a message. Hey, listen, such and such said, hey, I should, you and I should connect. It could possibly be synergistic. I don't know, but I'm just trying to reach out, learn more about what you do. That's all I said. Long story short, he said, hey, man. He said, you're the guy that actually has the white Lamborghini. And I said, yeah. I used to have a white Lamborghini before I sold it. He goes, man, I saw you driving your car, your Lamborghini, and he says one day you were at the gas station pumping gas, and he was in his car with his wife, and he said he looked over to his wife and said, you know what, you see that Lamborghini? I want to go buy one of those today. And sure enough, he drove down 2 hours from where we live and bought a Lamborghini that day, unbeknownst to me. I never met him, didn't know him, didn't even know. And now he has a white Lamborghini. And he's like, yeah, man. So what's my point? So instantly we had a connection because he likes Lamborghinis and I like Lamborghinis. And so we began to talk and we began to talk. We must have talked for 2 hours on our very first phone call. You would have thought we were in love. We talked for 2 hours. First phone call. And he began to tell me about his business, yada, 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 yada. Next thing you know, he says, hey, man, I live 30 minutes up the road from you. You do? Wow. He says, why don't you come on up, man? Sure thing. Let's do it. So I come on over to his house. We sit down and we're talking more business. And now he's interested. Tell me about what you're launching in your company and this company you're about to start. Long story short, I get to telling him, and he says, oh, my goodness. He says, Romacio, this is the hottest idea I've ever heard in marketing. He said, Romacio, your goal is to give people 20 different ways that they can make some money from home without recruiting. He goes, man, that is more than $1 billion idea. He says, let me tell you how I know it's a huge idea, Romacio. He goes, for the last 5 years, he's made over $80 million in the digital space as grow sales just from teaching people a couple of ways on how to make money from home without recruiting. He says, you're going to do 20? He says, oh, by far. If you guys do this right, he goes, this is well over $1 billion concept, well over. He goes, Romacio, I've done over 80 million in sales in the last 5 years from just a couple of ways that people can make money from home without recruiting. Remember, my physical therapist that's working on me, she signed up for his course. She paid, I think it was like $6,000 for his course. Well, she doesn't have to recruit, but he teaches her how to get customers and make money from home without recruiting. And he's been doing this for the last 10 years. He's an expert. He makes millions and millions and millions of dollars a year. And then he says to me, he says, Romacio, man, I would like to be a part of your company. I would like to actually help you. Now, wait a minute, folks. I just told you 10 minutes ago. I said, yes, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to own my own network marketing company. But I don't know how to put all this together. I have the vision. I know exactly what I want to do, but I don't know how. Secret number 5. You don't have to know how it's going to happen. All you have to do, activate your faith. Stay in line with what your purpose is. Turn your volume up. And I'm telling you, they coming to you, baby. They coming for you. They looking for you. Back to the story. He says to me, he wants to be a part of it. And he says, you know what? We can do a joint venture deal. He says, Romacio, I can single-handedly give you all 20 different ways that your people can make money from home without recruiting. I can give them to you. He goes, I have them right now. What? Oh! Again, all I did is stay in line with my purpose. But wait a minute, the story doesn't stop there. So 2 days ago, the same guy, I don't want to tell you his name, the same guy calls me. Man, Romacio, my wife and I, we really like you, man. We just like the vibe of you, and it just feels synergistic, man. And he says, man, you're an entrepreneur like me, and you know, he says, man, sometimes it's hard talking to my wife. It's hard for him to talk to his wife because you know she doesn't understand all of his ideas. And he's like, man, it feels like I'm talking to a tree sometimes. But talking with you, man, we were just able to volley and flow and go back and forth, and we could understand one another and our thought processes. And he said, listen, he said, man, most recently he ran into a scientist here in the United States. And I can't tell you all the details because I had to sign an NDA. And he said, listen, you know that testing is really big right now. Or testing is going to be really big. A lot of people want to know if they have the virus, do they have the antibodies, but they want a real test, an FDA-approved test, not these little fake knockoffs, but a real test. He says, listen, a scientist had recently come to him from the U.S. and said, listen, look at all my paperwork. It's all approved. It's FDA approved. It's pre-approved right now. It'll be FDA fully approved by the end of this week. And he said, listen, I would like to give you the exclusive rights to be able to supply this test here throughout the United States. And we have the capacity to do over 40 million of these per month. Now, hold on a second. Wait a minute. This test, everybody needs it. Everybody wants to know. Everybody. And you're telling me it's FDA approved. It's very unique. It's different. Where no one has this, da-da-da-da. And this particular guy says to me, Romacio, I'm calling you because, man, I would like to go into partnership with you. And you and I together have the exclusive rights to supply this throughout the entire United States because you are really good at what you do. That's exactly what he said. And if my memory serves me correct, ladies and gentlemen, that's another stream of income. What is my point to you as we wrap up this call? Because I don't want to keep boring you with another stream after another stream after another stream after another stream of income. I want to get to the point. The point is, discover your purpose, number 1. Number 2, turn up the volume on what you're supposed to do. Fight the good fight, because it's not going to be easy. It's easy coming out of my mouth right now. It's hard staying in the ring. But fight the good fight. Believe in your dreams. Believe in yourself. Strengthen your conviction. And surround yourself with positive influences as much as you can. And if you do that, I promise you, this idea of having multiple streams of income, it will come to you easier than you think. I know some of you are saying, wow, this sounds phenomenal. But how do I know it's going to happen? Here's what you can have certainty in. You are certain of exactly what your life looks like right now, good or bad. You are certain exactly where you work and what you got to do tomorrow. That you know. What did I tell you? Faith works best when you don't know. That's when faith really works best. So, do you really have the faith to believe that if you try what I'm telling you to do, that it will work for you too? I promise you it will. I know for certain it will. It works time and time and time and time again. I know it'll work for you. Last but not least, isn't it amazing to know that everything that I just gave you was absolutely free? There is no catch at the end. Sign up here, $99 a month. There is no catch. There is no hook. What we make happen for others, God will gladly make happen for me. I would like to submit to you that the reason why these multiple streams of income are coming to me easily is because I'm trying to help make it happen for you, and the man upstairs is trying to help make it happen for me. Ooh, do you see how this works? So, ladies and gentlemen, as I always tell you on every call that we do, always remember in all that you do, there is nobody in the entire world any greater than you. You certainly are more than enough. I'm Romacio Fulcher, the California Kid. I love you, and I'll see you guys on the next Sunday call. Thanks for listening. This has been the first edition of Multiple Streams of Income. Wait to part 2 next week. See you guys. Bye-bye, everybody.